Most people scroll through their phones for hours every single day. They think they're just relaxing or passing time, but something deeper is happening that they don't see. The real problem isn't that you're addicted to your phone. The real problem is that your everyday life has become so empty and boring that scrolling feels better than living. Think about it. When was the last time your regular day felt exciting? When did you last feel truly present in a moment? For most people, days blend together. Wake up, check phone, work, eat, check phone, sleep, repeat. Everything feels the same. Nothing surprises you anymore. Your brain is starving for something interesting, so it turns to the endless scroll of social media. Not because social media is amazing, but because everything else feels flat and lifeless. This is what I call the trap of sameness. Every day looks identical. You do the same things, see the same places, have the same conversations. Life loses its flavor. And when real life becomes this dull, your brain desperately searches for any kind of stimulation. That's where the phone comes in. It's not that you love scrolling, it's that you have nothing better that truly captures your attention. Here's the truth nobody talks about. You don't need more willpower to put down your phone. You don't need another productivity app or a dopamine detox challenge. What you actually need is a life so interesting and rich that picking up your phone feels boring by comparison. When reality becomes more engaging than the digital world, you naturally stop reaching for your device. Think about the last time you were completely absorbed in something real. Maybe you were having an incredible conversation with someone you love. Maybe you were watching a beautiful sunset. Maybe you were so focused on a project that hours passed without you noticing. In those moments, did you feel the urge to check your phone? Probably not. Your attention was already captured by something better. This is the secret. Your brain doesn't actually want cheap digital stimulation. It wants beauty. It wants meaning. It wants real experiences that make you feel alive. Scrolling is just the substitute your brain settles for when nothing else is available. Let me explain how this works in your mind. Your brain has two types of attention. There's the scattered, jumpy attention that social media feeds create. You see something, get a tiny hit of interest, then immediately move to the next thing. It's fast, shallow, and never satisfying. Then there's deep attention where you get completely absorbed in one thing. This is where real satisfaction lives. But most people have trained their brains to only work in that first mode. They've forgotten how to dive deep into anything. The good news is you can retrain your brain. You can build a life that naturally pulls your attention away from screens, but it requires being intentional about adding real richness back into your days. Start with beauty. I'm not talking about going to museums or traveling to exotic places. I'm talking about noticing the small, beautiful things that already exist around you. When you eat breakfast, actually taste your food. Use a plate or cup that you find pleasant to look at. When you hear a song you love, stop and really listen to it instead of having it as background noise. Walk a different route and notice things you've never seen before. Look at the sky and actually observe the colors and shapes of clouds. Pay attention to the face of someone you care about. These tiny moments of noticing beauty do something powerful to your brain. They activate a part of your mind that finds deep pleasure in simple things. When you start feeding your brain real beauty, even in small doses, it stops craving the fake stimulation of social media. The feed starts to feel artificial and empty compared to real life. Your brain is designed to pay more attention to things it finds beautiful and harmonious. When you make beauty a regular part of your day, you're rewiring your attention system. Over time, scrolling loses its grip on you, not because you're fighting it, but because you're genuinely less interested in it. But beauty needs structure to show up consistently. That's where rituals come in. Modern life has lost most of its rituals. People used to have clear transitions between parts of their day. Now everything blurs together. You wake up and immediately grab your phone. You get in bed and scroll until you fall asleep. There's no beginning, no ending, no pause between moments. Your brain needs these transitions. The moment you wake up, your mind is in a special state. It's calm, open, and receptive. But when the first thing you do is check your phone, you flood this peaceful state with chaos. Messages, news, comparisons, problems. You're training your brain to start every day in stress mode. The same thing happens at night. Instead of winding down naturally, you overstimulate your mind right before sleep. Then you wonder why you can't rest properly. Create simple rituals to mark these important transitions. When you wake up, before touching your phone, sit on the edge of your bed and take 5 slow breaths. Stretch your body for 2 minutes. Notice how you feel. Make your coffee or tea slowly and drink it while looking out a window. Play gentle music while you get ready. These small acts tell your brain that this time matters, that you're not just rushing through another identical day. At night, turn off all screens 30 minutes before bed. Write down 3 small things you noticed during the day. They don't need to be important. Maybe the way afternoon light came through a window, maybe a brief but nice conversation, maybe the smell of food cooking. Light a candle, sit in silence for 5 minutes, then sleep. No phone, no videos, no scrolling. These rituals create space in your life. They give your days shape and texture. When you have this structure, you naturally feel more present, and when you're present, the pull of social media weakens. It starts to feel out of place, almost intrusive. But rituals alone aren't enough if your brain has lost the ability to focus deeply on anything. Most people today can't sustain attention on a single thing for more than a few minutes. Everything feels fragmented and scattered. This is one of the most dangerous effects of constant scrolling. Your brain becomes addicted to novelty and switching. Nothing feels satisfying because nothing holds your attention long enough to create real satisfaction. You need to rebuild your capacity for deep focus. Every day, choose one activity where you practice complete absorption. It doesn't matter what the activity is. You could cook a meal from scratch, paying full attention to every step. You could read a physical book without checking your phone. You could draw, garden, play music, build something with your hands, or organize a space carefully. The activity itself doesn't matter. What matters is the state of mind it creates. When you're truly absorbed in something real, time disappears. You're not thinking about anything else. You don't want to check your phone, you're not anxious or restless. You're whole. This kind of presence is becoming rare, but it's what your mind actually craves. When you experience it regularly, you start to reject shallow stimulation. Scrolling begins to feel uncomfortable because your brain remembers what real depth feels like. The human mind was built to dive deep into things, not to skim the surface constantly. The scattered attention of modern life isn't natural, it's a distortion. The more you practice real focus, the more you shift your pleasure from screens to reality. Gradually, scrolling becomes boring. It feels too small and empty compared to the richness of focused attention. Nature plays a crucial role in this transformation. Most people spend almost no time in natural environments anymore. Days pass without touching grass, seeing trees, or feeling wind. Everything is concrete screens and artificial light, but human beings evolved in close contact with nature. When you disconnect from the natural world, you lose something essential. You lose rhythm, calm, and mental clarity. Walk outside for 20 minutes without headphones or music. Just walk and notice what's around you. Look at trees, clouds, and light. Listen to birds and wind, feel the temperature on your skin, let your eyes rest on natural colors and textures. This simple practice slows down your nervous system, your heart rate decreases, your brain shifts into a calmer mode. For maybe the first time all day, you feel actually present. Nature is constantly changing in subtle ways. No two skis are exactly the same. Wind sounds different each time. Colors shift throughout the day. This natural variation feeds your mind in a way that manufactured content never can. After a few days of mindful time outside, you'll notice the urge to grab your phone starts fading. Not because you're forcing it, but because something inside you is being satisfied again. There's one more practice that might be the hardest but also the most powerful. Learning to do absolutely nothing for a few minutes each day. In modern life, this feels wrong. Every moment needs to be filled with something: productivity, entertainment, information. Empty time feels like wasted time. But this is exactly why scrolling has so much power over you. It fills every gap, every pause, every moment of potential silence. Set aside 5 to 10 minutes daily to just sit quietly. Don't meditate, don't try to be productive, don't listen to anything, just sit and be. At first, it will feel uncomfortable. Your mind will race, you'll want to grab your phone, but stay with it. Let thoughts come and go, notice your breath, feel your body, simply exist without doing anything. This practice teaches you something critical. You learn that silence and emptiness aren't threats. You discover you can be with yourself without constant stimulation. And when you're comfortable with stillness, the compulsion to scroll disappears. You're no longer running from quiet moments. You're no longer afraid of being alone with your thoughts. Finally, look at your physical environment. Your space constantly sends signals to your brain. If you're surrounded by screens, clutter, and objects that don't invite engagement, your attention will naturally drift to your phone. But if you design your environment intentionally, it can support your new way of living. Put physical books where you can see them. Display art supplies or instruments where they're easy to reach. Have a plant you can watch grow. Use objects with interesting textures: wood, ceramics, fabric, things that feel good to touch. Create a comfortable spot near a window where you can sit and look outside. Use warm lighting instead of harsh overhead lights. Make your space beautiful in small ways. When your environment constantly reminds you that the physical world is rich and interesting, your brain naturally reorients. Reaching for your phone starts to feel out of place. You're surrounded by invitations to engage with real things, so digital distraction loses its appeal. This isn't about fighting your phone addiction with willpower. It's about building something better. You're reconstructing your reality. You're relearning how to live in a way that's rich, textured, and deeply satisfying. When your real life becomes this good, scrolling simply stops making sense. You're not resisting temptation. You're genuinely more interested in what's right in front of you. The transformation happens gradually. First, you notice moments where you forget to check your phone, then hours pass without the urge. Eventually, you realize you've gone an entire day feeling present, engaged, and alive. The digital world is still there, but it's no longer the center of your existence. It's just a tool you use occasionally, not a place you escape to constantly. This is what it means to make every day feel so good you forget to scroll. You're not depriving yourself, you're remembering what it feels like to be fully human, to notice beauty, to focus deeply, to feel connected to yourself and the world around you. When you live this way, the question isn't how to stop scrolling. The question becomes why you ever wanted to in the first place.